News correspondent Sam Brock's back with us, along with Jim Kavanaugh, retired ATF special agent in charge, and retired NYPD officer Jillian Snider. Sam, I understand you have some new information.
That's right, Anna, we do. We certainly know, by the way, just to get folks caught up, that someone is being questioned. A man is being questioned right now in Altoona, Pennsylvania. That is about a 4.5-hour drive from Midtown Manhattan. NYPD detectives are on their way right now to assist in that questioning. Here's what we have from my colleagues Tom Winter and Jonathan Dienst. First, 3 senior officials say the suspect was seen by customers at a McDonald's in Altoona, and they thought he looked suspicious, so they called police. 2 senior officials on us say that when police arrived, they noticed that he had a fake ID, so he was taken into the station for questioning. At the police station, authorities there discovered he had a gun similar to the one that was used in the killing of the CEO, which is to say it had a silencer, potentially a veterinary-type gun. The chief of detectives, Joseph Kenney, over the weekend talking to reporters about the fact they were investigating that possibility, the type of weapon that is used on farms and ranches to put down animals. Certainly not a normal type of firearm you would see every day, could potentially be linked to the person who's being questioned right now. So these are sort of the new developments that we have. I will also add that it was only, earlier this morning that the last known sighting that certainly anyone was aware of was at 7:30 a.m. Wednesday morning for the person of interest at the Port Authority bus stop near the GW Bridge. And police had said they did not have any video evidence of this individual. Those 2 photos were released over the weekend as well, getting onto a particular bus. They said they didn't know which bus he might have been on had he fled the city, but there were a number of possible destinations, which included places like Pennsylvania, Washington, D.C., Boston, Buffalo, Binghamton. So there were a bunch of different permutations this could have taken. We do not know, again, really to emphasize this, Anna, that the person who is being questioned right now is or is not the person of interest. That NYPD has been searching now for the 6th day of a manhunt that has sprawled across multiple states. We now know it's multi-jurisdictional. Obviously, police believe very strongly that there's a really good chance he fled the city that morning, Wednesday morning. And here we are now on Monday. But an individual is being questioned, and it appears he was contacted, or at least police were contacted, because several customers at a McDonald's saw someone who looked suspicious and called police.
Okay, Sam, thank you. So, Jillian, the suspect, seen by customers at McDonald's. The customers thought he looked suspicious. They called police. How important is community awareness in these investigations? And does it strike you, Jillian, that police are not saying or confirming one way or another whether the person they are talking to looks like the man in the images we've all seen?
I think it would be premature at this point for law enforcement officials to give that information. But I think it's amazing that community members are being invested in this case and they saw someone that they deemed suspicious. Something that I think is really noteworthy is they are saying that they found a fake ID on this person. And as we know, the shooter did use a fake New Jersey ID when checking into that hostel a few weeks back. So I do think that's a really important development that we need to pay close attention to. But at this point, law enforcement is going to be doing a very investigatory situation, and they're going to want to not release too many details until they have 100% confirmation.
And Jim, coming back to the gun, our early reporting was that they found a gun with this individual that could have matched the gun used in this crime. What can they learn from the gun itself if they have a gun right now in their custody?
Well, if they have a firearm and a silencer, and I'm sure they have the local ATF agents from the local office there, if it's an unregistered illegal silencer, that's a federal crime, and ATF can, get a warrant and hold them and detain them before they even, on a federal charge, before they even can examine the gun to see if it matches. Now, I'm buoyed by this information because the information that started out earlier an hour and a half ago was that they went on a lead that it might have been a veterinary gun that led to this guy. I'm very skeptical that this is a veterinary gun. But what's good about this lead is citizens see a person looks like the photograph of the killer, and he has a fake ID, as our NYPD friend just said. He has a fake ID. That's another thing. And now he has a firearm with a silencer. So there's 3 points, and it arose from a foundation of facts that are facts. We think he looks like the guy. So that's a fact. We think that. Then we go and find the fake ID. Now we have the silencer. So the silencer and the pistol is critical here. Now, why is that good? If he's the killer, it can be matched to the bullets from Mr. Thompson and the shell casings at the scene, and you have a murder case. If it's not no serial number on it, ATF could arrest him immediately on a federal charge and hold him until NYPD, tests the gun. If it's just an easier way to do it. They're not saying that what they found is a veterinary gun or a well rod pistol, which I don't think the killer's gun is that. So if the lead started from that assumption, I would not be so keen on it. But this lead that started from the citizens observing him, I think, is a strong lead. But we won't know for sure until they match the gun or he gives a statement.
Yeah, so Jillian, we didn't have a name at all leading up to today. We didn't have a weapon that police had recovered by any means. They found a backpack that they were trying to determine whether it was the one that was seen in the video on the suspect. All they found inside was a jacket and some Monopoly money, we learned. Where does the investigation go from here?
So from here, we have a lot of options, and they're good options because now we have a suspect in custody. Regardless of, if this person is the individual, we can hold him, law enforcement can hold him on the fake ID. It's illegal to carry a fake ID. Pennsylvania officials can detain him on that, as well as a silencer. He could be detained on that as well, while law enforcement is trying to get other information from him, other evidence from him, DNA evidence. These are fingerprintable charges. That's really important also because now we have the opportunity to run the prints through NCIC and see what comes back. In the meantime, people should still be on the lookout until we have confirmation.
Okay, thank you so much, Jillian Snider, Jim Kavanaugh. I appreciate you both and your expertise. Thank you for joining us.